Hello again, this is UML Operator. All right, in this episode, we're going to be talking about mind mapping, mind maps, in Sparx Enterprise Architect. So what is a mind map? A mind map is a visual tool used for organizing and representing information, ideas, concepts, or tasks in a hierarchical or interconnected manner. It typically starts with a central idea or topic placed in the center of the map, and branches radiate out from it, representing subtopics, related concepts, or tasks. Each branch can further branch out into more detailed and related ideas, creating a tree-like structure. Mind maps offer several benefits, making them a popular tool for brainstorming, organizing thoughts, problem solving, and learning. Mind maps can be used for various purposes, including project planning, decision-making, goal setting, creative writing, and problem solving. We primarily use mind mapping for brainstorming. Brainstorming is a creative technique used to generate a large number of ideas or solutions to a problem in a short period of time. It's typically done in a group setting, although it can be done or conducted individually. The goal of brainstorming is to encourage participants to think freely and spontaneously without self-censorship or criticism in order to explore a wide range of possibilities in a delivery effort, project, or architecture. Start with only the elements, no relationships yet, during the brainstorming exercise. You can drop different elements in, such as main topics, subtopics, topics, and change them later. Organize your topics around the central topic before you draw relationships. In a mind map diagram, if the mind map diagram is too large, create composite diagrams that allow you to drill down into topics and subtopics. Create and link other central topics. Remember that any topic can turn into a central topic from another perspective or in another perspective. Also remember that each element has its own global unique ID, GUID, that spans across any Sparx project. I start every project or effort with a mind map, either by myself or with a team. So we have a blank canvas diagram work area, and we're going to bring a central topic in and then name the central topic something meaningful to the conversation. Next, we can start bringing in main topics. Main topics essentially are or represent the immediate concepts generated by the central topic. Now, you can work in any order you want as far as your central topic, main topics, topics, and subtopics. Eventually, you get to a point where you start bringing in topics related to main topics. Main topics, or topics rather, represent a large division of the main topic right here. At some point, you can drill down even further into your subtopics. And subtopics represent the finer divisions of the topic or main topics. You could also have subtopics of subtopics to represent increasingly finer distinctions. I recommend when you're starting a brainstorming exercise using mind maps that you turn on hand-drawn mode. This lets everyone know, especially in reports, when they're looking at a mind map, that it is in draft form and the stakeholders are just brainstorming at this particular time. The powerful thing about using Sparx Enterprise Architect for mind mapping is all of the data and intelligence that you can collect within notes, the things that you can discuss openly from any element that's in here. And in addition, you can actually start developing requirements. You can start building scenarios around specific topics or areas. And as you've learned in the scenario building, the structured editor building video, you have the ability to auto-generate other diagrams, sequence diagrams, state diagrams, activity diagrams, while you're brainstorming particular subject areas. If anyone has questions, they want to ask, what are the categories of the products that we have? You can define that in here via requirements. You can do file links to other methods and procedures, other knowledge management system articles, and things like that. So all of that is available when you're doing mind mapping in Sparx Enterprise Architect. As we wrap this video up, there's some other things that we want to talk about before we close. And that's number one, have a naming convention that you're going to all follow. Not everyone is going to call their e-commerce or their website e-commerce website. They might actually call it ourcode.com or whatever the website references that everyone's using. They may reference customer service, such as call centers or agent services, and other conventions that they use to represent topics within that. Another important thing is versioning and baselining. You've all learned how to baseline, how to version within Sparx Enterprise Architect. So make sure you're using that at the beginning as you're working through various iterations of your diagram, so that either one, you can back up and move back to them, or two, reference previous versions of a conversation over a particular delivery lifecycle. So another thing that you've learned in this channel is how to create patterns. You may come in and say, we're going to have a pattern for e-commerce from the central topics to the main topics. And everyone can just bring that pattern in and start from there. Just note that patterns break the global unique ID. So it strips the GUIDs, if you will. So when you're bringing in a pattern, you're able to start with a fresh view of the element that will not disturb other implementations or discussions of the same elements. And using RAS, Reusable Asset Service. Store your versions in your Reusable Asset Server, your RAS server, so that others can bring these mind map elements within their project and start eliciting and developing requirements from them, gleaning reusable knowledge, and so on as you're moving forward. Another thing you've learned in this channel is glossaries. Terms and acronyms are killers of delivery. They can slow things down. You've learned how to develop your own glossaries, your own dictionaries, so that you're able to achieve in domain-driven design something known as ubiquitous language across those efforts. And the other thing is, as I showed you in this session, this episode, is you can link to documentation. You're creating documentation in every model. You're sharing that knowledge across all future projects as they're going forward. So make sure that you're using the full capabilities of Sparx Enterprise Architect for all of the labor that you're spending in investments in delivering your projects and your objectives. Overall, mind maps are versatile tools to harness the brain's inclination towards visual thinking and creativity. They help you with organizing your thoughts, making them valuable assets in both personal and professional settings. Some of the benefits that you get, or the key advantages, are visual representation, enhanced creativity, improved memory retention, helping you kind of capture, what did we talk about? What are we doing? They're just a great organizational tool to use in any project delivery. They facilitate learning, efficient note-taking, capturing knowledge for your knowledge base. They facilitate collaboration and discussions, as you've seen in previous sessions in Sparx, using discussion, whether you're in a SQL server or in cloud. So they're extremely versatile in that they can be used for various purposes, including project planning, discussion making, goal setting, creative writing, and problem solving. As an enterprise architect and solution architect, I use mind maps quite a bit for understanding the client stakeholders' perspective and the problems they're trying to solve. And they can adapt to different contexts. As you've seen, you can drill down in an element to elicit requirements. You can use structured editor to build on scenarios and use cases, and they can be customized to suit individual preferences within the team or at any technical level. All right, I hope you found this episode helpful to you and found how powerful mind maps can be, and using all of the skills that you've picked up in this channel around model-driven architecture, model-driven delivery. All right, so thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave comments down below, good or bad. Let us know what you're learning, what you're not learning, and hopefully we can fill those gaps. And until the next episode, you know what? Happy modeling.